Welcome everyone to today's TP-Link's webinar. I am Aaron Chance, the Senior Product Manager looking after TP-Link products at Bluechip. Today we will have an exciting presentation for you on TP-Link's Omada, the latest one-stop solution for business networking. Our presenters will be Ramptons, the Solution Architects Manager, Sam, Commercial Distribution Manager, and Stacy is Marketing Manager from TP-Link.
Hello.
Just a little housekeeping before we get started. If you have any questions during the presentation, please type them into chat panel and we will bring them up after the presentation. Now, without further ado, let's kick off our webinars with Rampton. Over to you, Rampton.
Okay, thank you, Aaron.
Cheers.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining this session. I'm very excited to present the latest Omada SDN cloud solution that we offer at TP-Link. So, if you are old enough like me that started networking in the 80s, you have experience of traditional complex network that you needed to go to the devices one by one to do the monitoring and also do the configuration, and troubleshooting was very cumbersome and time consuming. But thanks to the software defined network technology, the SDN, now there is a centralized controller that can take care of the management and monitoring of the network. So at TP-Link, we have not invented SDN, but we made it affordable and cost effective and also easy to use for everyone. So how the topology looks like. We have a controller, it's either local or on the cloud, and then there are TP-Link routers, switches, and access points in different parts of the network that all can be managed through the controller, and you have access from the cloud wherever you are. So everybody knows TP-Link for more than 20 years for reliable and cost-effective consumer range of products. But for many years, we are stepping into the business networking, and for the last 4 consecutive years, we have been the niche player in the Gartner Magic Quadrant report. And what does that mean is we are recognized as a very important player in the networking, in the business networking range of solutions and products that we offer all around the world. So we have solutions for different industries, and by that we mean we have different products and different features on that products that are specifically designed to satisfy a requirement of each industry. For example, we have the voucher for hotels, we have different type of limitations and oversighting the activities of students for the schools. Inside the portal, we have the voucher for the hotels. For residential, we have PPSK and a lot of different type of features. And these are coupled with the wide range of products that you can choose. So for every industry, we have a specific solution. And for all of them, we can help you to design that solution and offer the products. So why you should choose Omada over many other solutions that are available into the market. So we have the centralized management platform in the cloud, but we also offer local controllers. So you have the flexibility of how to choose the controller, and also we have wide range of products that can be connected to the cloud platform. Also, the Omada platform is in AWS, which is the most reliable cloud platform at the moment. So we have 99.9 SLA availability, and we have servers all around the world. And for Australia is in Singapore and Australia. So the response time is very fast. Then another advantage is the range of products that you can choose. So we have a range of switches, access points, routers in different tier of the customers. Different accessories all can be used into this platform. So You are not limited to select, for example, 2 or 3 access points, 1 or 2 routers and switches. And then we are a vertical manufacturer. So it means that we produce every bits and pieces of the device, and we have the ownership of all the manufacturing progress. So we are immune to, for example, supply chain issues, and also in terms of the quality assurance, we can make sure that every piece of the device can pass the quality that we expect. So it's different from many other brands that produce OEMs, and also even the software maybe not from their own. So we have a very, very large team of R&D engineers. More than 2,000 engineers are working in this category to make the best product for the business customers. And also in terms of the supply chain, we have a very comprehensive supply chain. We have local stock in most of the countries, specifically in Australia. The turnaround for the supply is the minimum. And yeah, for the logistics, we have the advantage over other competitors in the market. But it's not like just about the products. We have many value-added services and features that we can offer to business customers. So the first is the warranty that we offer. So it's 5 years warranty and 3 years warranty for outdoor products. And it's just not the number, it's about the confidence that we have in the reliability of the product. So, for example, when a competitor offer 1 or 2 years warranty, so it's the time that they expect their products work. But we are very confident on the reliability and stability and also the lifetime of the device. So we are very confident, and we can offer 5 years warranty on the products. And then on other value-added features, we have the certifications and trainings, and we conduct these type of trainings free for business customers in Australia. And we also offer some incentives for joining this type of programs. In terms of the training, we have different type of training, the introduction, like the one that I'm doing today. Then for the salespeople, we have the dedicated sales tips and tricks. And for technical people, we have in-depth and different type of workshops for technical people to be comfortable with the devices and also the cloud platform. And also we have the solution design section. So if you have any project, you can contact with us. These services are free. So we can sit and design the solution for you based on the requirement of your customers. Globally, we have dedicated Omada support in terms of the hotline, email, live chat. We have the official Omada community. So a lot of wonderful guys from headquarters are taking care of the community. So you can pop up your questions, or you can check whatever people asked before and got the answers. And of course, we have the localized support team that can help you in every step of the progress. So just a little more on why you should choose Omada. We have a fully featured solution. We have more EAP options than other competitors. We have better support. For the overall cost of the project, we can guarantee that up to 20% it's more cost effective than other solutions in the market. And we also guarantee the inventory. And also we have the better cloud controller solution, because the cloud is unlimited, it's in AWS, and it's relatively more cost effective than the other options. So just finish this introduction, we can step into the product itself and the features on the platform. So on the SDN platform, there are a lot of features that you can rely on to increase the quality of experience of the customers, and also make your work much easier when you do the management and monitoring of the customer's network. So there are like real-time network status and full report of clients, devices, WAN ports, Wi-Fi, and also the LAN network, so a lot of reports. Also, we have the intelligent network monitoring. So whatever happens inside the network, it will be automatically detected if something wrong with the network. So you can receive notifications in a timely manner. We have the MSP mode in the cloud and very soon on the software. So you can define different customers inside the portal and manage them separately. Also, the one that is accessible in all of the platforms is the sites. So you can have different sites inside the controller to manage different networks of the customer at the same time. And also you can assign different privileges to your staff. For example, some of your staff have access to different sites. Others can do the management, others be only as a viewer. So these type of features can help you to manage your customers much easier. So there's a map inside the controller. You can overlook what's happening in different locations. We have the Open AI, one of the features that lacks in most of the other platforms. So whoever wants to contribute on top of the Omada platform, we can provide the Open API and they can connect to their services and systems for integration with the Omada platform. Also, we support the zero-touch provisioning. So what happens when a customer call you for network with the Omada support? And if it's a cloud controller, the only thing you need to do is to just send out the equipment. They can connect to the internet and you can see right away from the cloud. So without sending the engineer on site, you can establish and create a Omada cloud-based network very quickly and with a lower cost, of course. Then a lot of AI features on the platform, for example, on the wireless side, the frequency, the transmit power, channels, bandwidth, everything will be managed through the controller. So if there is a high congestion and interference in the area, the controller can manage and increase the performance of the network. Also, we have the batch configuration. So let's say you have 100 or 300 access points inside the network. If you want to change anything like the SSID and password, you will do it only in one interface. You don't need to do it one by one. So it greatly decreased the management time of the network because you can push configuration to as many devices as you like. The other features like the bridge VLAN again decrease the time of VLAN configuration and making connection between parts of the network. A very good feature is the Wi-Fi heat map simulator. So based on the products that you have or you want to purchase, you can add them into your floor map, define different walls, different attenuation, everything you can define inside the simulator. And you can do the simulation to see how it affects the signal quality in every part of the network, or even the speed that you can expect from devices. So before doing the actual implementation or quoting the project to the customer, you can do the simulation and it's free. So you can have a better understanding on how these products can work in the real environment. And a lot of troubleshooting tools that is inside the controller that you can do what's happening inside the network. Very soon we will introduce the IDS and IPS on some of the routers, and it will be available as a free upgrade to the routers. So intrusion detection system and prevention system, of course, all of you know that how can affect the security and protection of the network. In terms of the cloud, as I mentioned, we have 99.9 SLA availability and a lot of other features on the cloud that you can benefit. So move on to the products. So the good thing about the Omada is that we have very flexible option on the controller for you to choose. The first one is the software controller. The software controller is a totally free solution that we offer. So you or your customers can download the software controller from the website, install on a PC or a server, and then do the management of all Omada networking devices. And it comes with unlimited permanent license. So if the customer is not happy to pay for the management for the controller, they just purchase Omada access points, routers, switches, and then use the software controller to do the management. Then we have the hardware controller. The hardware controller very similar to the software, but the thing is it's limited to the number of devices that it can manage based on the hardware that you purchase. And then we have the cloud-based controller. So the difference is that there is no controller inside the network, but for each device, the customer need to purchase one license and update annually. So a little more details. This is the topology of a cloud, of a local cloud controller. So it's either software that customers can install or a hardware controller that they can put inside the network. And you can see that the routers, switches, access points are all inside the network. So what happens is that the hardware controller or software can see all the devices and you can do the management. And these two solutions come with free cloud access. So when you purchase the hardware or install the software, you have the free access to the cloud. So you can use the Omada application or directly connect to the cloud to do the monitoring and management. So at the moment, 2 devices to choose. OC200 can manage 100 access points, 20 switches, and 10 routers. Very cost-effective solution. Then for bigger enterprise, we have OC300 that can manage 500 access points, 100 switches, and 100 routers. So both of these solutions come with free cloud access, and also there is no PC or server required for the management. And they come with the USB port that you can do the backup of configuration. And of course, they can support the Omada application on the mobile phones. Then on the cloud-based controller, as we can see, there is no controller inside the network. Devices will be connected directly to the cloud. But the difference is that if I go back for OC200, that 100 access point license is permanent. So you just purchase the hardware controller and you can permanently manage those number of devices. But for the cloud-based, you need to purchase license for every device. So if you have 10 or 20 access points, you need to purchase 10 or 20 license per year. And all of these platforms are compatible with the Omada application, and also they are compatible with each other. For example, if your customer choose to not pay and install the software controller, and then decide that the PC is hard to manage because for some of the advanced features, the PC must be running all the time. They want to move and migrate to the cloud or hardware controller. They just back up the configuration, push into the cloud or the hardware controller and continue the work. So they are all compatible with each other. So I just passed these ones. If anybody asks a question, we can come back and discuss. These are all the features on the controller that can greatly help you to satisfy different requirements of customers and users in different industries. Also the features on the access points and routers and switches. And some of them we discuss when we go into the product itself. So in terms of the access points, TP-Link is the first brand that introduced Wi-Fi 7 that you can achieve the magnificent speed of 22 gigabit or 11 gigabit with the Omada business Wi-Fi access points. The first one that we introduced very soon in the market is EAP 770, which has the speed of 11 gigabit, 10 gigabit ports, supports mesh, Bluetooth, auto channel selection, and all the other features on the Omada platform. So in general, we have 4 different type of access points for different use cases and scenarios. We have high density access points, the one that ends with HD, for example, EAP 660 HD. So if there is a place that a lot of clients wants to connect at the same time, they can use these high density access points. Otherwise, we have the normal ceiling mount access points that can be mounted on the wall or on the ceiling, and different speed, different capability you can choose. Then we have the outdoor environment access point. For the outdoor, two types. One type is for clients to be connected, like if there is a hotel, there is an outdoor dining area, they can use the outdoor access points to connect clients. And also very soon we will introduce the cloud Wi-Fi bridges. We previously and currently have the Pharos products that you can use for the bridge. But for the Omada, the new products will be integrated into the Omada platform and cloud as well. And then we have the wall plate in-room Wi-Fi access points, very good solution for hotels, schools, student accommodations, hospitals, or wherever there are a lot of rooms and a lot of walls block the coverage of the access points. So you can use these access points. They come with a switch, with a PoE switch that can be connected to, for example, VoIP phones, or clients can connect their computers and devices with the cable as well to that access point. So a snapshot of the features. The point here is that you can choose a lot of products on different speeds, like for Wi-Fi 6, it starts with AX1800. You can have a combination bandwidth of 1.8 gigabit per second, up to 6,000, the very latest one. And on the Wi-Fi 7 is 11 gigabit, and different selections. So some of the features, for example, they support mesh. So if you can run cable, networking cable to some of the access points, you can connect some of them through the mesh. So for example, outdoor access point, you can connect to the internal access points. You just need to power on the device, and they can be connected with a very high throughput backhaul. Then they support seamless roaming, which is a very important feature, and sometimes it lacks in some of the other brands and competitors. So for the seamless roaming, when there are a lot of access points and there's an overlap between the coverage, the controller always choose the best access points for the clients to be connected. So the problem that some Wi-Fi networks has, when you move far from one access point that you initially connected, even though there is a better access points that can give you better signal, but the controller will not, or the access points will not disconnect and connect to the better one. So with the seamless roaming on the Omada, all these access points can cover that. So wherever the user move inside the building, they have the best signal. So move on to the switches. We have switches for different layers of the network. So on the access layer, we have PoE and non-PoE switches. On the aggregation layer, we have full fiber. And for a small and medium networks, we have the fiber switches for core as well. So a lot of different switches to choose. So how to choose? Of course, it's a matter of selecting if you need PoE or non-PoE. If you need PoE, the budget on the PoE. So we have multiple selections, and the number of ports, of course, number of fibers. And then on the non-PoE, the same story. Also the speed on the port. So we have full 10 gigabit switches, switches with 10 gigabit uplink, and different type of switches as well. So for the Omada, because if you look into the TP-Link product, you can see that we have a lot of switches, unmanaged switches, easiest smart switches, PoE switches, and Omada switches. The switches in TP-Link that start with 2 and 3 are supported by Omada, and if you want to compare, it's based on numbers. So for the switches that start with 2, they have less performance, but the best performance comes with L2 plus managed switches with the L2 plus tag, and also they start with the number 3. So if the cost is not that concern for the customer, you can choose the L2 Plus, because these switches are not layer 3, but they have the most commonly used features on layer 3, and you can save a lot. For example, they support a static routing, VLAN interface, DHCP server and client, so you can use them easily inside the network to perform some of the layer 3 functions as well. Then we move into the routers, different routers to choose from entry level, enhanced level, and premium level. So for entry level, we have ER605. On the enhanced level, we have ER7206 or ER707. And then on the premium level, we have the ER8411. So it's the most powerful that we offer, come with 10 gigabit WAN and LAN ports. And we have a special model, ER7212PC, very good solution for a smart home, small offices, and retail. So it's a 3-in-1 device. It comes with multiple WAN ports and also a PoE switch and Omada Cloud controller with 10 license. So very cost effective. You only purchase one device and it can be used as a controller, PoE switch, and also a router at the same time. So the shared feature between these routers is that they all support VPN, so different type of VPN you can use on these routers, and also they are multiple WAN ports, so you can connect different internet at the same time, use as a backup, or use at the same time for the load balancing. So you can share the internet from different ISPs at the same time inside your network. Also, they support LTE backup. At the moment, it's based on the dongle, but soon we will have a router with 4G backup that we can directly put the SIM card in. So how we compare the performance, or how we evaluate the performance? ER7206 is a very small router with a very good price point, but we used it in our manufacturing plant with more than 1,000 clients connected to the router, and you can see how steady is performance through 2 weeks time. So you can be very confident on the performance and the scalability of the routers. We even have ER8411, which is more powerful. Then on the multi-WAN load balancing, this feature is around in TP-Link for more than 10 years. So very accurate, very precise, based on the ratio that you define. You can see how accurate is the distribution of the WAN ports. And then when we change the ratio to the equal one, it's very steady and very accurate. And on the VPN, of course, it comes with a very good performance and high throughput. So we have also some accessories that you can use in conjunction in the network. For example, maybe you need PoE injectors, splitters, or extenders. So we can source them as well. And also on the media converters, there are media converters that you can use to connect to switches. And of course, you need some SFP modules to be connected to your switches and routers. So if we look very quickly to overall solutions that we can offer, for example, when there is an office or network with less than 50 employees, you can offer ER605 as the main router. You can choose OC200 for the cloud or the software, even if they have a spare PC or they can run a VM on their server. You can use the software controller. Then non-PoE switches for clients, PoE switches for access points. So this solution is very, very cost effective, very easy to establish. And then for the mid-size office, we can offer, for example, ER7206. Then we have different type of 10 gigabit or 2.5 gigabit switches that you can use in the aggregation layer, and gigabit switches for access layer. And even if they use Wi-Fi 6, we have some PoE switches with 2.5 gigabit that you can use, because to enjoy the benefit of Wi-Fi 6, you need switches with 2.5 gigabit to cope with the high throughput of the transfer. So this is the medium size solution with the average cost. And then for the large office, for more than 250 employees, you can use the ER8411 router with 10 gigabit WAN port and LAN ports and a very powerful CPU. And then you can use OC300 because it can support up to 500 access points and 200 switches. And for the access layer, we have a lot of L2 plus managed switches that you can use for Wi-Fi 7, Wi-Fi 6, and different non-PoE switches that you can choose. So the other solutions, like if your solutions need outdoor access points for a warehouse, for example, you can use different type of access points, or for the long-range surveillance, you can use the Wi-Fi bridge. So you can connect controllers from one side for the main office to the other side that cameras are operating. And then you can use this wireless for the elevator. So we can have a lot of examples here, just some of them that are most relevant. And you don't need to be worried about the solution because our team can help you a lot in designing the solution. So you just need to provide us as much as information you can, like number of clients, the type of the work they do, floor plan, and everything, and we can give you the solution based on what products to choose and what features on the platform that you can leverage to satisfy those requirements. And the last one, for the high density environment, we have HD access points, so they can support many clients at the same time. So you can use those switches and access points for the network. And news that we have a range of surveillance products, the VG brand, which is not focused today, but very soon, the beginning of the next year, we will introduce TP-Link Omada Unified System. So in this platform, you can manage all networking devices beside NVRs and IP cameras at the same time in one platform. So with the help of one TP-Link ID, you can manage all the networking devices and the cameras all at the same time in the same platform. So the benefit is that there are a lot of features on the networking that specifically can help you for the surveillance. And then you will have the integration in one platform. So we have finished the presentation. I guess it's time for questions, right? Okay, so if any question, we can discuss.
So we've actually answered most of the questions online already.
Yeah.
Don't have any more outstanding. We've shared it with everyone, so there's no other questions we need to share.
Okay, that's great.
So I'll be sending everyone an email with a recording of the webinar, just for your records in case you want to, in case you missed anything. There'll also be some information that I'll send in the form of an EDM regarding our training and certifications, which I see a few of you have actually inquired about, which is great to see. I'll also be sending contact details of all four of us that are here at the webinar. If there's anything you need from me from a marketing perspective, please don't hesitate to reach out. We've got brochures and flyers and all of our solutions. Also look out for it in your junk mail in case this is the first time we're emailing you. A lot of times people are actually missing our emails. Congratulations to all of our prize winners. I hope you enjoyed the webinar. Thank you to Bluechip for hosting it. One of the first of many webinars, I'm sure. Thank you, everyone. Hope you have a lovely week.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.